Hi everybody, this is Shalane V. Davis. This is Shalane V. Davis coming back with another video, sworn affidavit video inside of the evidence of the forensic information that we do have pertaining to our country's condition right now. Since the Donald J. Trump has inherited this country in the condition that it's in today. Now, I want to refer you back to the year of 2020 when the coronavirus took place in our country with the help of the man named Tony Fauci, who is a culprit inside of these filings that I want to file inside of the creation of the setup of the coronavirus that was placed inside of a lab in the Wuhan, China, lab in Wuhan, China. Now, moving on to say that the case that I'm calling out right now is my case that's located at 400 State Street, Rochester, New York, inside of the federal building, where I did file a lawsuit inside of tribunal lawsuits and cases of a multiple affiliate conditions of this country and members that had a hand inside of the corruption and criminal acts of RICO charges. Now, I did implement many players that was involved because they have criminalized my name and my son's name inside of their setups in this type of criminal acts that they did against the American people, where they had members inside of a judicial forum, a government office, a attorney general's office, inside of a DA office, and other members of a chat group or a chain of criminal actors in our country that are behind the scene inside of money laundering and RICO and racketeering charges of high crimes and misdemeanors. The case number is 62024-06662, and like I said, that case has been filed, Shalane V. Davis, against the members that I did notate inside of the motion and summary brief that I did submit inside of the lawsuit of many jurisdictional states, including New York City, New York State, Valdosta Police Department in Georgia, inside of their connections with other members to a Democrat Party regime of criminals. Now, I did mention inside of that me being a victim inside of my son, Altuan Davis, who was shot in the city of Rochester in 2012. In 2012, I opened up a FOIA, which is a Freedom of Information Act, in 2022, because we had started receiving threats inside of the gang stalking and gaslighting from members in a Democratic Party caucus in a high affiliate position. Now, I did mention that we are victims, and that's why I have the information, and that's why I filed the lawsuit, multi-million-dollar lawsuit in regards to these players. Now, inside of my reporting of my affidavit, these are sworn statements, and I called out several members to be brought to justice inside of these filings of companies that are lawyers and companies that are inside of the culprit members of a government enterprise of corruption. Now, I did mention that Greece Police Department, also Lowndes County Sheriff Department, and Valdosta Police Department, Justo Cabral, which is a solicitor in the jurisdiction of Georgia, where I did bring him to light as far as a member party behind the scene in these chat groups, that they are also involved with the corruption of this country and the violence that is taking place when they criminalize the American people inside of treasonous acts in violation of the U.S. 18 Title 1819. I do believe that is the part of that law that they are violating. Now, I also implemented judges of Judge Brian Marinetti, who is located in the town of Greece, and also Shannon Pero. Both are on side of a Republican Party at this moment. Brian Marinetti is a Republican, and Shannon Perrow was a Democrat when she was breaking the ethical judiciary forums and canon laws that I did bring to the attention of the Judiciary Board of Ethics, where they totally disregarded my filings in regards to judges committing criminal acts or going against the oath and are not being impartial, but are showing systems of bias and inside of a gang mentality along with a Democratic Party position. Instead of her following the laws, she decided to be a member of a party a status quo, following the regime of her team members being a member of a gang mentality and RICO charges. And I did bring that to the site of the judiciary of the Board of Ethics inside of the commissioners, where they disregarded what I said. But now moving forward, that Adam Bello, which is the top executive in the city of Rochester and the county executive, he brought an action against a Judge Lopez in regards to the same ethics that was being violated in the court decorums. Now, when he brought the charges against Judge Lopez, it was being seen and being reported. But when I brought it previously and prior to him, they ignored it and threw it under the rug. So I would like for you guys to draw attention to these judges inside of their member parties and the reasons why they are afflicting the American people that is in a conservative nature. Democrat Party inside of a criminal regime against the Conservative Party of conservative members that's Republic or Independent. Now, Malik Evans is also a mayor in the jurisdiction of Rochester, New York, who is going against the societal setups that he has done as well inside of them being a member party and not standing for the people, which is the oath that they take, where they have violated the oath of ethics and they should be removed and prosecuted. And I also would like to run it down to Judge Matthew Monroe, which is in Valdosta, Georgia, Perrow in New York, Marinetti in New York, inside of John Naka, an attorney. He's inside of these project managers and these setups of illegal evictions that they are throwing members out within the last 5 years to replace the American citizens' position with foreign government, which is a criminal treasonous act that is done inside of RICO charges. Drawing this attention to you inside of all the members that is connected to a Democratic Party, connected to the state of California with Gavin Newsom, inside of his criminal regime that's connected to all governors inside of their caucuses and setups to do what they're doing today. The crimes that are happening on American street has come from the acts of these governors and other members in the judiciary inside of our jurisdiction out here in our lands, where we are taxpayers and the civilities of Americans have been violated and breached to a major degree, and some have lost their lives, lost their homes, lost their jobs because of the criminal regime and the acts of violence that has been inflicted upon the American people by a Democratic Party, shown on television, spoken out inside of the words that they use to increase what you see today, which is violence in our name, in our lands. Now, they have also committed crimes within the judiciary, behind the scene of ex parte, calling off phones to set up members inside of a watch list of the ACLU, and also with the HUE must be investigated immediately to bring these members to justice. We will never ever find justice in America, and we will never find peace until the Democratic parties and the members that I have named have been removed out of our court, removed out of our states, removed out of these positions of governors and high officials.